evading drivers, Jimmy DeWitt in the 18J car. Back in row 9, it's Matthew Schultz driving the Liberty Rock Crushing 24S car, and Bobby Flood with a 91 starting in 18th. Starting 19th tonight, Scott McCoy with the 187. Ricky Quick will be alongside in that 10th row with the 84 car. 21st starter is John Brown in the 76B. Daryl Nutting in the 42 will start alongside in 22nd. In row 12 is Carmen Carnabucci in the 95 and Marty Kelly III, our broadcast partner here at the track aboard the 21. James Fadden in the 91 New Hampshire car starts 25th. Harold Robitaille in 26th. Then Clem Atkins in the 26. Jeff Hingham in the 77J, followed by Mike Gramolini, Denny Carlo, Pete Carlano, Billy Eggers Jr., Johnny Sandel, and Vinny Visconti as we go green with the 2018 edition of the King of Dirt Mr. Crate Track USA event.
Down the backstretch, they run under green. Scott Duell with the number 1 position up through turn 3 and 4. He'll come around to put lap number 1 on the board. Scott Duell, your leader, with Connor Cleveland and Whitey Slavin close in tow.
Scott Duell feeling the pressure here as he shows the way down the back straightaway, setting the pace in the 14X car. Connor Cleveland is there to battle with him off of turn number 4. Cleveland gets a good run off of the top of turn number 4, right up to the back bumper, putting the pressure on the back bumper of the 14X of Scott Duell. Duell strong to that challenge. Connor Cleveland stays in line, and Whitey Slavin is right there with him. Yellow coming out here, car turned around up in turn number 4 is the reason for the yellow flag here. Caution lights on around the speedway. Chris Lynch, been in the spotlight in a couple of ways here tonight with his guitar playing. Trying to get in the spotlight now with his race driving skill here. He's up in row number 3, trying to put together a top 5 run in the early going. He started in 9, so he's made some early race moves here in the first couple of laps. Pace truck is in, ready for the green to come back out. The King of Dirt Sportsman, Mr. Crate Track USA, back underway.
Down at turn number 1 they go, and Connor Cleveland up on the outside, going to lead the way down off at turn number 2. Cleveland will be your leader midway down the back straightaway with Scott Duell riding in second. Michael Sabia feeling pressure from Whitey Slavin. Sabia on the outside, Slavin on the inside. They come down here off of turn number 4 with Sabia hanging on to 3rd position.
So Connor Cleveland on that restart got by early race leader Scott Duell and now has set sail out in the front of the head of the field, has quickly built up a sizable gap here over second place running Scott Duell. Duell, meanwhile, has done the same as he's opened up ground here over this race for 3rd place, which is tightening up as the 7 car of Michael Sabia gets by. Whitey Slavin and the Danes Auto Parts 96 machine of Rob Maxon is coming with him down the back straightaway.
Maxon making a move down the back straightaway up on the outside, around the outside of Whitey Slavin as they work their way through turn 3 and 4. We got a car slow off turn 2. One car off the pace and up on the outside of the raceway, not clearing the track. Now coming across, looks like we are going to be able to continue on under green as your leaders bear down and make their way by the slower car down low that makes his way off the track. And we remain under green here with 5 complete.
That was Vinny Visconti in the 68 machine that's pulled into the infield pit area now. We do stay green flag racing here. Connor Cleveland has checked out on the field. He's pulled away. Scott Duell still in second spot, but the race is on for 3rd. Here comes Rob Maxon shooting down the inside of the back straightaway on Michael Sabia. And Maxon will get on by. He'll take over the number 3 running position here from Sabia. And now we'll go after Scott Duell here in front.
Up into the east end, they make their way up here off of turn number 2. On the inside, it's Maxon. Here comes Sabia trying to make it a 3-way battle back there for the runner-up spot. Positions 2 through 4 right together as they go to turn 3. Scott Duell up in the fast lane trying to drive around the outside. Michael Sabia and Maxon. Maxon down into the runner-up position now, dealing Duell back to 3rd. Sabia rides 4th, and Whitey Slavin rounds out your top 5.
That's how your top 5 run behind race leader Connor Cleveland, who has caught the tail end of the field now and starts to work the lap traffic. So Connor Cleveland with the 09 car shooting down to the inside of Johnny Santillan, putting him down a lap here. All alone in second spot, Rob Maxson, Scott Duell, along with Michael Sabia and Whitey Slavin are close together. And just outside the top 5 is Chris Lynch, as Lynch looks to join the top 5 up into turn number 3.
Lynch drawing in on the 5th place runner, Whitey Slavin, as they come down here off of turn number 4. Lynch going to pull in right behind Slavin as they work their way down here into turn number 1. He'll try and widen his line up here up off of turn number 2, then dime it off the corner, trying to get the momentum down the back straightaway. It's going to be Chris Lynch drawing in as they work their way up here into turn number 3. Couple of 2-car battles. But up on the front, Connor Cleveland is checked out, working his way down here to turn 1. He's got traffic dead ahead of him as they exit turn 2.
Lap traffic ahead of the 09 of Connor Cleveland. He'll work down to the inside. It looks like the Higham car up there in turn number 3. He'll get on by safely. Working up into turn number 4 now comes the 09 of Connor Cleveland. He's got the Carl Barnes 307 car directly ahead of him. As he works lap traffic, though, Rob Maxson is gaining ground. Rob Maxson is cutting the lead gap down here as Connor Cleveland continues to work the lap traffic. The big gap now is between 2nd and 3rd. Carl Barnes, a hard hit on the inside of the backstretch wall, and that will bring out the yellow flag here. So caution lights on around the speedway. Rob
over the front end of the 307, the Barnes machine. The 307 of Barnes down there in turn number 3.
Pretty substantial gap there between 1st and 2nd. And Maxson is coming, and in lap traffic, he was coming even more, and then the contact happened. And so Maxson is there, and now with the yellow here, the restart will be poised alongside of race leader Connor Cleveland. So this could be a good one for Rob Maxson here, this restart. We'll see what happens. Scott Duell and Michael Sabia still running 3rd and 4th spot. Chris Lynch looking to crack into the top 5 with Whitey Slavin here as we get set up for a restart off of turn number 4. Pace truck already is in here.
Ready to make their way down off of turn number 4. Rodney Rescott waves the green flag in the air. We're back underway. As Connor Cleveland going to lead the way down here into the east end. Cleveland up on the high side. He will keep the momentum up. Little contact back there just outside the top 5. It looked like Chris Lynch got into the backside of Michael Sabia. They continue on as they work their way down here off of turn number 4. Your leader continues to be the 09 of Connor Cleveland, but he's got Eddie Maxson right there behind him, or Rob Maxson right behind him.
Running back in 7th spot is our points leader here in the Sportsman Division for 2018 at the Valley of Speed, Chris Curtis. Curtis with a 35 car, now dealing with the Turner Auto machine, the 14 of John Virgilio, as they battle for the 7th place running spot.
Up front, things start to tighten up here. Now back there for 3rd spot, Whitey Slavin going to drop down to the inside, trying to get a run on Scott Duell. Duell, your 3rd place man, with Mike Sabia right behind him, but it's Whitey Slavin, the defending champion here at the track, trying to make a go on the inside as they come to the halfway sign this time by. 15 in and 15 remain here in Mr. Crate Track as yellow is out on the speedway.
Car into the Jersey barrier. A couple more cars wrecked, it looks like, here in the middle of the track off of turn number 4. Things may have started up here in turn 4 when Michael Sabia got a little too high, got up at a loose stuff on the top, kicked up a big high rooster tail, and then that may have sent some cars scrambling down here. One of them with a hard crash down in the Jersey barrier, a couple of cars tangled together, another one up against the wall. So
road to the attention of his crew while they still work down here under at turn 4. Red lights are on around the speedway now. Going to work on the right rear of the 7 car of Sabia. He does have time on his side as there's a lot of work to be done down here in turn number 4. The ambulance has been called as a courtesy call down here in turn number 4. The safety of the drivers, just as soon as we get a report from the situation down here in turn number 4, we'll pass along any news. Daryl Nutting's number 42 sits down on the inner portion of the raceway.
Connor Cleveland is headed to the pit area, it looks like. Flat tire on the 09 car. Again, we documented the fact of contact in the lap traffic. So it looks like this may be the problem here on the 09 machine of Connor Cleveland as he's headed to his hauler in the pit area. Now we cut through the pits. Back out on the inner apron here in the backstretch.
Well, it originally looked like the left front might have been down when he pulled out a line and came back around, but it might have been a situation with the car running hot and needed to get some coolant going through it. It looks like he is pulled into the pit area and then back up onto the racetrack. Robbie Knight making his way down through the pit area with the 18 machine.
Turn number 4 is Jimmy DeVitt with the 18J. Big hook has been used to lift the car completely off the ground and up into the air here.
Leave the speedway and go through the pit area, so he has got to go to the tail. 15 are in, 15 remain, and we are back underway. Green is out on the speedway. Rob Maxson going to lead the way down here into turn number 1. Scott Duell in second. We got him 4 wide for a moment. Up off of turn number 2 is Chris Curtis now making a bonsai move down low. Curtis going to try and make his way to the top 3.
Double C on the charge here. Chris Curtis shooting the gap. Gets up to a 4th place run with a 35 car. Looking for more. Ahead of him is Chris Lynch. Backed it into turn 1. Opens up the inside lane for Whitey Slavin to take advantage. And it's a good 2-car battle side to side there for second. 2-car battle for 4th as they work off of turn number 4. Wheel to wheel, side to side. Chris Lynch here, the 74 down low on Scott Duell, and Whitey Slavin on the inside of Chris Curtis. Couple of 2-car battles now tighten up off of turn 2.
Picture perfect move there by Scott Duell. Textbook high-low maneuver down off of turn number 2. He takes the inside lane, goes to work on Lynch, but Lynch going to pull back away. Yellow is out on the speedway once again. Yellow lights are on. Yellow lights on around the speedway.
Car turned around up off of turn number 2. The
barrier over there in turn number 2. The Howard's Garage sponsored number 21 car. Marty, on a usual Saturday night about this time. So Marty Kelly's car being brought down off the raceway over there on the back straightaway. As we get ready to go back to green, Rodney Rescott going to show the green flag in front of the field. Down to turn number 1 they go. Rob Maxson in control as they work up off the corner. Maxson down the back straightaway as your leader. Chris Lynch rides second. 3rd spot is Scott Duel, and now here's Whitey Slavin, the challenge duel for the third position. They work their way down here off of turn number 4. That battle now going to turn into a three-way battle for second. They're side by side up here off of turn number 2, but Chris Lynch rockets back away. Now it's Chris Curtis flexing his muscles. He drives down between Whitey Slavin and Scott Duel. Chris Curtis trying to make a charge as he works down here off turn 4.
Hot racing action at the Valley of Speed. Mr. Crate Track USA, the King of Dirt sportsman. Race leader out in front all alone, Rob Maxson. Now all alone in number 2 spot, taking sole control. That second place run is Chris Lynch. They settle it out a bit now behind him as well. All that side-by-side racing. Now we'll find Scott Duel taking over the number 3 running position, with Chris Curtis in 4th spot and Whitey Slavin completing the top 5.
Working up off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Maxson really stretching it out now. The race back here towards the tail end of the top 5, though, heating up as they work their way down the back straightaway. Working up here, the 14 of Virgilio getting pressure now as they work down here on the front straightaway. The 94 machine working the outside of him as they work down through 1 and 2. Virgilio hanging on to the spot. Ted Teal slow here on the front stretch. He's going to clear the racetrack. Will remain under green.
The Turner Auto 14 car of John Virgilio and the 94 of Joey Coppola, both getting down to the inside here of Chris Curtis, and will get on by. So Virgilio will now go into a top 5 run. Virgilio, a past King of Dirt sportsman champion here at the Speedway, works his way into top 5. We just got talking about Joey Coppola. He scrubs off speed after hitting the wall, loses a lot of track position in the 94 car. He's able to keep it rolling, though. We stay green flag racing, too.
Leader midway down the back straightaway and clear air, working his way down to turn number 3. Maxson out front. A very comfortable margin over Chris Lynch, and Lynch has got a big gap separating himself and your third place man, Scott Duel, as they come down for 5 to go. This time by 25 in and 5 remain. Here for Rob Maxson on the front.
Rob Maxson all alone at the head of the field. He is checked out and gone as he stretches out his advantage over Chris Lynch. Almost a half a straightaway. Let's check it here as they come by down in front. He flashes by at the stripe. Chris Lynch coming off of turn number 4, so a half a straightaway gap between first and second spot here. Rob Maxson and Chris Lynch. Then we got a big gap back here to third as well. Scott Duel holding down that spot all alone. And the race for 4th tightening up. Whitey Slavin's got it. But here comes John Virgilio. Virgilio looking to take it away in the final stages, that 4th place spot.
Leader down into turn number 3, working up through turn 3 and 4. 1 car dead ahead of him as they're going to come down to the 2 to go sign this time by. It'll be 2 laps remaining for your leader, Rob Maxson, with the 96 car. The Dane Auto Parts sponsored entry, working up here off of turn number 2. The 74 of Chris Lynch riding in second. The 14 of Scott Duel in third. 4th spot, Whitey Slavin, John Virgilio. Rounding out your top 5 as the field has now seen the 2 to go sign. Your leader, Rob Maxson, first to see the white flag. White flag is out one more time around for Maxson as he makes his way off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Final time up to turn number 3. Checkered flag going to fly this time when he comes off turn number 4. Double checkers are in the air. Rob Maxson is Mr. Crate Track USA. Maxson gets the win. Coming to him second is going to be the 74 of Chris Lynch. 3rd spot goes to the 14 of Scott Duel. Well, position number 4 goes to Whitey Slavin in the 53, and rounding out your top 5 is going to be the 14 of John Virgilio. So that's going to be the way they finish in the top 5, as it'll be Rob Maxson with the title of Mr. Crate Track USA. Rob Maxon going to make his way over through the scale area and then down onto the front stretch. John Stanley has already made his way down there to meet him. Maxon clearing the scales. Navigating his way out onto the front stretch here. Rob Maxon, the hardware already awaits him on the front straightaway.
So Rob Maxon pulls the Danes Auto Parts, Southside Sales and Service, Uncle Bob's Septic Service, Candy House Cabaret, number 96 into Victory Lane here, the King of Dirt. Sportsman Series Racing Action, Mr. Crate Track USA. Chris Lynch will be bringing the Elliott Air 74 car out here with his runner-up podium finish. Joining Rob as he gets unbuckled out of the car and ready to climb on out. Here he comes now, race fans. Our King of Dirt, Sportsman, Mr. Crate Track USA is Rob Maxon. We'll get Rob out here to the front side of the car. Big King of Dirt trophy awaits you here, Rob. Congratulations, man. Got a hot race car here tonight.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about this thing. Time trials, we thought we were done. Car wouldn't go. Ended up being a pickup. Got that fixed, come out in the E-race. I told my guys, I said, I'm getting in the redraw tonight. So I drove it to there, and this thing was just flawless all night.
It was amazing. You went from the back to the front in that qualifier. We knew you had a fast car then for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we've been fast the past few weeks. Just everything's been going our way now.
Well, it certainly went your way here tonight as well. Tell us about this event. Take us through here tonight.
I just wanted to get up, you know, at least a second or third and to start taking my time there. And, you know, I feel bad for Connor. Something happened to him on the backstretch there, so it was kind of given to me, but I'd rather race for it, but I'm going to take it anyway.
Well, once you're out in front, nobody up to contend with you whatsoever. You kind of drove away. You had that big lead and a comfortable win, actually. You probably didn't realize that, but you had a big win.
Oh, really? Yeah, this racetrack's great. I mean, after 100 laps of modified racing, I thought we were in trouble, but this thing stayed tonight, really.
The track in very good shape. Tell us about your team. Helped to get to Victory Lane here tonight.
After that, you know, that time trial, the guys just thrashed and thrashed trying to find out what was wrong with it. And we figured it out, got back out, you know. They're just all 110%. That's what we do.
And once again this year, you got a lot of great sponsor support behind you too.
Yeah, I got to thank, you know, Killenberg Builders, Candy House Cabaret, Danes Auto Parts. I'm forgetting a few of them, but, you know, Southside Sales and Service, Paul's Lawn and Landscape. I don't know.
Well, you had a great run. It's all come together. Good teamwork, getting the car back here, and of course, great sponsor support as well. Congratulations, Rob. Great drive.
Thank you.
There's Rob Maxon, race fans. The Danes Auto Parts 96 gets it done. He is Mr. Crate Track USA here with the King of Dirt Sportsman Touring Series in the 2018 season. Chris Lynch, runner-up here tonight. We mentioned you've been in the spotlight here tonight in several ways with your band out in front of the clubhouse before things started with the national anthem, another great rendition here tonight, and you thrilled us all as well with a great finish in this King of Dirt Sportsman feature. Congratulations on finishing second here tonight.
Oh, thanks, John. I see all these people over here, and this is all of them, you know. This has got nothing to do with me. I'm just fortunate enough to drive this thing, and hats off to Rob and his team. I mean, I thought when we got to second we might have a shot at this thing, and to have that happen with the band and me playing the anthem, it was like I thought it was going to be a dream come true. But, you know, anytime you finish second to Rob, you're doing something. He's been quick all year, and we've been fast too. So I just want to thank my team, want to thank Elliott Air, Fleet Carpentry, a couple of the others, my mentor, Dick Humphrey, and just everybody over here. I'm just proud to be a part of this race team, especially tonight, so thank you.
Well, you had a great race in more ways than one, and you got the job done, a podium finish, runner-up. Congratulations again, Chris.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
There's Chris Lynch, one of our Connecticut campaigners, gets the Elliott Air 74 car to a runner-up finish. And our third podium finisher, Scott Duell. Congratulations. Welcome back here to Lebanon Valley on the front straightaway. It's not the victory you wanted, but a podium finish nonetheless, not too shabby.
Yeah, we definitely would have liked to park it, but the car was good. It was a little free through the center, and it's tough to stay with these guys that are here every week, so I'm happy to be here.
Tell us about the racing. There was some hot racing action going on out there tonight.
Yeah, Chris and I were going at it pretty hard down there, and we made contact a couple times, but that's racing. I mean, we respect each other, and I appreciate him doing what he does and try to give it back to him.
You've been to victory lane here at the Valley in the past few years ago, and battling for the lead's got to be fun, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely. It's like every time we come here, we're fast out of the box, and I like running with these guys. I always say I should come down here for a season, but we definitely will take it.
Well, we would like that. We'd love to see you down here for a season because you always are fast. You always do a great job, and you got a great team behind you.
Definitely, definitely. I got a great group of guys that help me week in, week out. The Stratton family has been huge to me this year, just getting me through the weeks. And like I said, everybody that helps, all the sponsors and everybody. And my girlfriend stands behind me, fiance. Let me correct that. She'll yell at me, but fiance. So.
Well, congratulations on that, too. And, again, anybody else we need to thank before we go here, Scott?
Just all the sponsors, Johnson Electrical and CDT Automotive and Benson's Pet Center and all them guys that help out.
Well, hey, a great job. It's great to see you on the front straightaway at Lebanon Valley. Congratulations.
Thank you.
There's Scott Duell. He comes away with a podium finish, coming up with third spot in this King of Dirt Sportsman, Mr. Crate Track USA. Dan, that does it from down here on the front straightaway.
Okay, John, well, congratulations to Rob Maxson, to Chris Lynch, and to Scott Duell down there on the front straightaway, our top three finishers, and Mr. Crate Track USA, as they'll get the group photograph down there as well. But that will put a wrap on tonight's racing program. A big program of racing, a lot of race cars, a lot of race fans. What a way to bring down the curtain on the point season here at the Valley of Speed for 2018. Brett Hearn, our big block modified champion. Rob Yetman claiming the title in Pro Stock competition tonight. Those two champions here for 2018. Again, repeat champions, both Hearn and Yetman. But that will put a wrap on tonight's racing program. It was a treat to have The Voice down here on the high banks tonight. We're glad to have Shane Andrews with us. For my partner, John Stanley, my name's Dan Martin. For all of us here at the Lebanon Valley Speedway, the entire staff and management here at the Valley, wishing you all a very safe, happy, and healthy remainder of your holiday weekend. Enjoy the Labor Day holiday, and we'll see you back here next Saturday night.